Hello everyone. Today we are going to practice Rup Dhyan meditation about Sri Krishna. My humble pranams to my Gurudev's divine lotus feet. Due to his compassionate, causelessly merciful nature, he has given the world the precious treasure of divine knowledge about how to meditate on Sri Krishna. Along with me, you all can bow down on my Guru's divine lotus feet for giving the precious knowledge for all of us to practice and to get rid of all the sufferings from this material world and to realize God. You all can think why we need to practice devotion. My Guru, Jagadguru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj explained about it. Let's see that first. The ultimate grace, the first grace of God is that He gives us a human body. Think how important a grace this is. Granted, we attain human birth due to our own actions, but God took note of our actions and rewarded us by making us human. God did all this for us. Actions cannot convert themselves to reactions on their own. Let us say you donated 1 lakh. Now this money will not avail itself to you in the next lifetime on its own. God will have to intervene and give you fruits for your donations. God will have to intervene and give you fruits of your donations. So, God is merciful in that He rewards us for our actions. Otherwise, we would never have attained the human birth. The second grace is that we have a desire for God realization. This can be cultivated by spending time in the association of a saint. Beyond this, there is another grace that is thousands, millions of times greater, and that is meeting with a real giant. Someone who has not only theoretical knowledge but also practical experience of God. Meeting with a saint is very rare, and it is even more difficult to have faith in a saint. And understanding the divine knowledge from the saint is even more difficult. After this, there is no further grace to be had from God or Guru. We have attained everything there is to attain: human birth, birth in India, contact with a saint, faith in a saint, finding out what to do. If you still do not do sadhana, attain God, then you have been blessed in every possible way. What are you waiting for now? Oh, my time has not come to practice devotion. When the time comes, I will start. Another excuse: when God inspires me from within, it will happen naturally. Another excuse: it's not in my destiny to practice devotion. These excuses are preventing us from going to God. This is why the devotee says, Lord, you gave me everything, but I procrastinated. We kept on saying, I will do it, I will do it. And saying this, we breathe our last. We must procrastinate no longer. We must put our plan into immediate action. So, let's all take immediate action as Sri Jagadguru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj explained. We all take immediate action. How to meditate on Sri Krishna, the heart of devotional practice. Let's all close our eyes Sri Krishna is entering Vrindavan with his cowherd friends. A peacock feather diadem is gently swaying on his head. His ears are adorned with yellow blossoms of kaner flowers. An exquisite gold-colored shawl is glorifying his chest, and a garland, Vaijayantimala, of 5 kinds of fragrant flowers is embracing his neck. He is neatly dressed up in his glorious Natva style, a casual appearance of Krishna with simple decorations. Wearing a simple peacock feather diadem, not gold crown, earrings, bangles, waistband, and anklets. Also wearing gunjmal, a bead chain made of gunja bead, which is the seed from the pod of a native climbing creeper in Burj, India. The seed is about 4 mm, a rounded oval shape, having an attractive and shiny red color with a small circular, shiny black spot on the top. Maybe a garland of freshly picked perfumed flowers, and a small flower may be tucked on the top of the ear. One or both. His flute tucked up in the kachani, a pink-colored transparent material of about 2 yards tied up around the waist, loosely covering the bottom, and knotted up in the front like a semi-bow, leaving its edges hanging down in a pretty style. Near its front knot, or holding it in his hand and standing in a style, are in Tribangi pose, a standing position of Krishna when his body is elegantly curved and bent from 3 places: neck, waist, and ankle. The tone holes of his spellbinding flute are being filled with the nectar of his lotus lips. The atmosphere is resonating with the charm of the esteemed glories of Krishna, sung by his playmates. In this way, even more magnificently glamorous and fascinating than Vaikuntha Lok, Vrindavan Dham has become delightfully charming with the footprints of Sri Krishna's lotus feet. Thank you all for taking immediate action by practicing meditation upon Sri Krishna. We will continue with more Dhupdya meditation videos. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels and share with your friends and relatives as well. We'll see you all soon. Thank you, everyone.